道で見るいつもの新聞いつものテレビどこ行ってもすぐそこに心ハムスルーでどこ行ってもすぐそこに笑顔溢れてるいつだって Yeah 途方に暮れて迷っても君を待つ家の光いつだってラララララ
Hello, and welcome back to the Gamenight Podcast, the fucking sickest podcast this side of the Atlantic and the other side too. This is episode 4. In the last episode, you heard me and Jet review the Wendy's breakfast, and if you didn't listen to that, go ahead and go back and do that on YouTube or your favorite podcast listening app. But today is a new day, and I am here with two very good friends of mine and good members of the Gamenight cast. We have Tanner and Danny here with us. Tanner, this is your first time on the podcast, so why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, what's up?
Woo.
Oh.
No, go ahead. You good?
Hey, what's up? I'm Tanner. I'm the editor for basically everybody here at Gamenight, and yeah, that's about it. Don't really make my own YouTube videos or anything unless I'm just fucking with somebody or I'm making something that I think is funny. But basically it. Not really a content creator. I just like to edit videos.
Yeah, bro. And
you fucking cuties already know who I am.
But Danny, why don't you go ahead and just apologize for missing last week?
Yeah, well, you see, time zones
Time zones, bro. They're crazy.
are a real
Jet
bitch.
was actually
See-
an hour ahead of you.
No, he was on the same time zone as me
I don't
now.
well now, but
He was an hour behind me.
yeah. It was earlier for
Yeah.
him is what I'm saying.
You see, okay, so here's the thing. I live in Arizona, plot twist, in case you guys didn't know that.
So daylight savings time didn't affect him at all,
It doesn't exist here.
which means he has no excuse. at
Why?
all.
Why? I'll tell you why. Because here in Arizona, we don't give a fuck.
It's actually because you can't grow anything there.
I mean, they
Oof.
just like, there's no point, so let's just not do it.
Anyways,
There you go. Anyways.
have you tried the Wendy's breakfast yet?
I have not. I thought about it this morning. I drove past a Wendy's,
Okay.
but I was running late.
Well, we're gonna have a video of you doing an extensive Wendy's breakfast review, and we'll go ahead and post that to the Gamenight channel. That way,
That would
Oh,
be
just
fun.
me?
yeah, just you. And I want you to wear
Alright.
real nice clothes. Do like a full review.
Oh, like report of the
Stay
week.
tuned.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay tuned and leave a comment down below if you guys are interested in seeing Geek Takes My Food Virginity video, where he'll take me to get Wendy's breakfast and sushi.
That requires me to travel, or for you to travel.
Beautiful. You see, my cousin, his birthday was March 2nd. It's March 13th, 19th
like,
at the
what?
time of this recording. March 19th at the time of recording this video, but on March 2nd, he wanted to go out and get sushi, okay? So he took the whole fam bam out to go get sushi. I resisted
Wow.
having sushi only because I said the first time I will ever eat sushi, Geek has to feed it to me.
You're a real... I could have just came out, bro. I
Right?
could have teleported out for a second.
I'm gonna be honest, that is some G shit to like wait until you eat a food that your friends want you to eat with someone else.
All right, I'm very stubborn. I could do this shit. Like if I'm
Danny
gonna hold a
is
grudge,
stubborn.
watch this shit. I will hold to it.
Tanner, you
So-
ever tried sushi? I found an alarming amount of people have never tried sushi.
I went to a sushi place once freshman year of college, and it was like this tiny little place, and I only went because like a dude I was friends with at the time was like, yeah dude, this is a pretty good sushi place and it's pretty cheap. So like I went, got some. The best deal that they had there was honestly on the soda, because you would pay like literally nothing and you'd just get like 6 cans of soda. Like they would just fuck you up with drinks, so you could get drink like anything you wanted. But I tried the sushi there and it wasn't very good. Like, I literally couldn't finish what I bought just because it tasted so bad. But I don't know if it's because it's a shitty little sushi place in a college town, or if it's because I just don't have the palate for sushi. And that's kind of my only attempt.
First dinner of the first squad meetup you come to, we'll do sushi.
Agreed.
You won't. No, I know.
We'll just drink a lot and then it'll be an excuse.
Well, I know how to order sushi for people who don't like sushi.
I've had an egg roll before. I like those.
Because I like sushi so much that I have to take people that don't like sushi to get sushi all the time. So I know what to get them at this point that they'll like it. So trust me.
So you can ease me into it too.
Trust me. Exactly.
I'm down to try anything, man. I mean, like, you know, if we're having a squad meetup or something, you do want to go out to eat sushi, I'll try it.
Yeah, don't even...
Butt stuff?
He's already tried that, Danny.
Oh, shit. So, you know what? Speaking of things that we found an alarming amount of people have not done, have either one of you guys ever shot a fire extinguisher?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have.
What was the context of this? When did you shoot a fire extinguisher?
I started a fire.
Well,
where?
I was cooking.
Oh.
And
yeah, see,
I don't remember.
Yeah, what were you cooking?
It was a
what happened? I don't remember. It was just a fire. Yeah, so that's like a.
And I fucking.
That's a good icebreaker question. You know, if you guys ever skirt dirt.
You forgot
But yeah, I feel like a lot of people I've asked this question to, like, I've never found a lot of people that say, yeah, I shot a fire extinguisher. Like, I kind of just want to shoot one just to, like...
You've never shot one before?
Never shot a fire extinguisher.
Well, also, okay, so maybe this is just me, but in middle school, we, like, had to shoot one for like, a safety class. So we...
See, that'd be smart.
So we know how to use
I feel like
one.
if there's ever a fire, I'm like, how the fuck does this thing work?
There are instructions on the side of it, generally.
Have you seen that sphere thing that they have now?
No.
It's like a full ass, like, I don't even know what it's called. I'm gonna have to like Google it, but it's like it's a sphere. Like it looks like a bocce ball. If you know what a bocce ball is, or
I know what a bocce ball is.
Yeah, so it looks like a bocce ball, and you throw that bitch into the fire, and then it like melts the hard casing, and then it just explodes.
Is it
and
like
it's the same thing that's in a fire extinguisher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's let me see what it's called here. I think it's fire extinguisher.
That seems like it could be dangerous for like shrapnel.
Fire extinguisher.
Maybe, but like if it like completely dissolves like the outer shell of it, then I don't know.
What is it called? The AFO Fireball.
Sounds like a fighting game move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tanner, you should throw a picture of this up on the screen so that people could see. But let me see. I'll show you guys. It's I'll read you the description on Amazon. This is the Amazon description of it. Handheld, easy to use. This fireball extinguisher weighs less than 3 pounds and requires no training. Safe for use on Class A, ordinary combustibles. Class B, flammable liquid, spills. Class C, energized electrical fires. It's self-activating. You simply throw or roll into a fire, and it will self-activate within 3 to 5 seconds.
So,
each fireball comes with a vibrant red and white vinyl.
Real quick,
adhesive sign. Yes.
Before I forget, you should make a note. Everybody should make a note so we don't forget. We should do a game night video at the next squad meetup where we test different types of fire extinguishers.
I'm down.
I don't know if that'd work in a hotel room.
Not in a hotel room.
Like, I don't know how we'd do that, like, at a squad meetup.
We go to a campsite.
Go to a
If we go to
campsite.
Yeah.
if we do it in Arizona, I know plenty of places we could start fires.
No, we just we go to a campsite where we can have a regulated fire, and then we fucking, just put them out.
How about a Walmart parking lot?
No, you guys, it has
Great
to, it
idea.
has to be legal so we can put it on YouTube.
Okay. Agreeable. I'm down.
Thank you.
Yes.
Just thinking about our careers here.
So Tanner, what's the history behind the face reveal? What are the plans behind
The
it?
history
'Cause I feel like
behind it is it hasn't happened yet, so technically there is no history behind
there
it.
is none. But like I feel like a lot of the viewers are wondering why.
I mean,
and
I've just
when
always kind
this
of
is gonna
been
happen.
secretive about my identity online, not because I'm like a weirdo or anything, but it's just like I don't want to use my face as my profile picture on Twitter and then like piss someone off and then get like my family involved or anybody like that. You know what I mean? Like that's just something I've always kind of been afraid of, is getting doxxed or whatever. So I'm just kind of postponing a face reveal until like there seems like there could be an event in time to do it. Like, like the first time that you guys would meet me at a squad meetup. That obviously not the first time you've seen my face, but it would be the first time that you've seen me in person.
Disclaimer:
No,
we
bro.
all know what
I think you should.
here at Game Night.
I think you should go with the mask thing.
I think that a mask thing would be cool. I would really like a mask
cool,
gimmick,
bro. And it's like we need a mask dude. I feel like every good YouTube group has a masked person.
I would like to be the masked person.
So every public event you'll wear a mask,
That would be dope.
and we will be the only ones to actually know what your identity looks like.
I've actually been eyeing this dude on Etsy that makes like really cool Japanese Oni masks, like based off like the old samurai helmets, but it's just like a half face mask.
That'd be kind of
So
cool.
that'd be. I was thinking, that'd be kind of dope. They're actually pretty cheap too.
If anybody watching is also like they design masks and shit, you should DM us some pictures and stuff.
Sure, whatever. But
That'd
yeah,
be
I'm just
dope.
kind of postponing a face reveal until there's like an event where I can do it, like like a vlog where we're all meeting in person, or like an event or something like that.
Like
So
your 21st birthday, Astro's 21st birthday, Gage's 21st birthday, and Tony's 21st birthday are all roughly around the same time.
They're
And
all
so
like a month apart.
We should go to Vegas.
that would be fun, and I want that to happen.
Gage
but it would just be
Gage
about like
is in
timing.
August.
Yeah, I mean it'd all be in summer.
Yeah, because Gage and Astro in August, and Anthony and Tanner's are in July.
Yeah, so just go in August.
Yeah, let's do it. Fuck, I'm down.
Exactly.
In August.
What do you guys? How do you guys feel about PAX? I've never gone to a PAX, and I kind of always wanted to, and I feel like going as a group will have so much fun.
I might be down for a PAX. I guess I'd be more down for a TwitchCon, just because, I mean, this, outside of being fun, I feel like it'd just be more beneficial.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
I feel like there's a lot more opportunity for networking and stuff like that at a TwitchCon rather than at a PAX. I feel like PAX is more of an event where you go for the content. And
yeah.
that's all fine and dandy.
TwitchCon, I feel like would be fun if we take off.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel
Like
like
TwitchCon would be a cool place to do like a fan meetup or like something like that.
so I'm gonna toot my own horn a little bit here. All right. I'm really good at making connections with creators that are larger than me. I have
Hence how we all met.
and so I feel like, I'm a pretty likable person. I'm pretty personable. I'm pretty friendly. I feel like I'm a pretty good time. And, just making those connections in person and networking, I feel like could go a long way. Yeah, I'm saying, dog.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, I'm saying. So yeah, I'm saying is that we'll take off sooner than we expect we are going to.
Well, I just feel like waiting to take off to go and network is a really bad networking strategy.
Yeah. I would like a Vegas meetup for 2021, but in August I wouldn't know about that because school.
Yo,
Spoiler alert, I'm still enrolled somewhere.
but it would be your senior year, right?
Yeah.
And
Dang.
it would
depends on if I pass some classes.
and it'd be like at absolute most you'd miss like first week. But I don't even think it'd be that. You'd probably maybe miss like first day or two. So and if you're going to the same school, then you already know where the fuck everything's at.
True, and a lot of professors, like, if you know who they are before
Yeah, you can
class,
just let
like,
them know.
If you reach out to them and let them know you're not going to be there first week, they might actually just send you, like, the shit you're covering.
That's a problem that I've had with college, is that I've ended up having to sign up, like, enroll for courses that do not have an announced professor, and the professors truly don't know what class they're teaching until the day of.
Until the day of, yeah.
So, like, if I was going to be guaranteed to know, like, who my professors were and contact them beforehand, I'd be fine, but I think, like, July would probably work better for me.
Not everybody will be 21. Wait, you won't be 21 by then. Right?
I'll be 21 in
no,
July.
yours is in July, but Astro.
Gage and Astro.
Yeah, I was like, Astro won't be 21 and neither will Gage. So we have to wait for them to be 21.
Because, Tanner, what day are you? You and Anthony are, like, only a few days apart.
July 4th is my birthday.
4th, yeah. Anthony's 23rd. So they're about like a week and a few days apart.
It's like 3 weeks, but okay.
Yeah. Matt's a little bit rusty, but you got the spirit.
That's okay.
But when's Astros? The 19th?
Yeah, and Gage's is the 6th? Or the 9th?
When's Astros? Do you know off the top of your head, Tanner?
No, I don't. I'm a horrible friend.
I'm a horrible friend. I want to say it's the 19th. I think that sounds right.
Yeah, I tried to look it up. I couldn't find it. He doesn't have his birthday anywhere. Anthony knows. But yeah, no, Vegas would be a dope meetup. And we're buying Anthony a nice girl.
We're not buying anybody.
Because that is sex trafficking, and that is
in
illegal.
Vegas. The prostitution that's legal in Nevada is legal outside of Vegas.
Astro's birthday is August 1st.
We're not buying him a prostitute.
It's August 1st.
Nice girl.
Oh,
yeah.
So we could go like the second week of August. Class definitely wouldn't have started by then.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
I will kidnap you though, just so you're aware.
At this point, I'm open to it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. It's I don't think you deny it.
I will physically come and get you. But no, I think that would be a really good time.
It would.
Really, really good time.
I'd have fun.
Plus, like, cocaine will probably be legal by then.
Jesus Christ.
So I could try it for the first time.
Cocaine's dangerous, my boy.
Yes, it is. Only do cocaine for birthdays. I'm kidding. Don't do cocaine. Unless... I mean, Gordon Ramsay tasted it in that one, like, mini documentary. So, like, I feel like there is some, like, overlap.
If Gordon Ramsay does it, then it should be allowed for everyone else.
I feel like that's kind of fair.
Alright, so I'm going to start yelling at people as well. Just any time that they do something to irk me a little bit, I'm going to yell at Gordon
I feel
Ramsay.
like you have to own the place, though. Because he only does that in places that he owns.
You don't know my energy, bro. I own every room I walk into.
But, like,
if we go to Vegas,
but,
we
like,
could go to
he,
Gordon
like,
Ramsay's restaurant.
legally owns it. So, like, I feel like that's the prerequisite. And we could go to multiple Gordon Ramsay restaurants in Vegas.
Very true.
There's 2, I believe.
And we could go to Wahlburgers.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg's place.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, the guy from The Happening.
Mm-hmm.
What?
He was the main character in The Happening, right? Make sure I'm not fucking that up.
I mean, yeah, but that's just the weirdest.
The weirdest movie. The guy from Transformers?
No. I have to attribute it to the happening. Like, if you're talking about a celebrity, you have to say it is the worst thing that they've been in, or the least significant thing they've been in.
Oh, what are you talking about?
To...
Mark Wahlberg was... No, Tom Cruise was the last samurai, right?
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg was one of those too, I feel like. One of those really poorly casted roles.
Well, I say The Happening because that's probably the worst movie, objectively, that he's been in.
Yeah.
It's a fucking shitty M. Night Shyamalan movie.
It's a pretty bad movie. Remember when people thought M. Night Shyamalan was a good director?
Back when he was a good
crazy.
director and then he fucked it all up?
I mean...
The Sixth Sense was really good.
But then, anything else?
Unbreakable's really good.
I didn't like Unbreakable.
I liked Glass when I saw it.
I don't know.
Oh, wait, hold on. Not Glass. Oh, God, what's the other one? Split. I liked Split.
I guess Split was okay until they made
How
it
many
into
are
like
there?
a superhero
3?
movie.
Glass is the one, is the shitty one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty whack, bro. That was pretty.
What was the
fucking
what
whack.
was the all-time worst movie you guys have ever seen?
All-time worst movie?
Death Note American rendition.
Are you serious?
125%.
But that's because like a lot of hardcore Death Note fans like.
Well, I'm a hardcore Death Note fan, and I don't think that movie is good at all. But to say that that's like the worst movie you've ever seen, you've had to have seen it.
I don't know, like what? I see. I think the difference is other movies that I've seen that are really bad at least caused me the joy of them being really bad. But since I am such a big fan of the Death Note series, seeing that being done poorly really kind of like it made me upset. I didn't find the joy.
I raise you a worse anime adaptation.
What?
2 other worse anime adaptations.
Right.
Avatar: The Last Airbender
Not an
and Dragon
anime.
Ball Evolution.
Oh, yeah, I watched that live action one. That one was shite.
See, but here's the thing. I watched it as a kid and I enjoyed it. It's not until
Yeah, but I
I
remember
watched
watching
it
it as
as
a
an
kid, too.
adult
And I
then
walked out of
being
that movie
like-
theater and I was like, eh.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I didn't think it was the greatest movie ever, but I was like, oh, that was cool. But as an adult, I understand it's an objectively bad movie, but I can say at one point that movie did provide me with at least a little bit of joy.
Makes sense. All right, what was the second one then, Tanner?
I said Avatar: The Last Airbender and Dragon Ball Evolution, but he said
Oh,
Avatar is not an anime, so...
That was just a joke, but Dragon Ball Evolution was pretty bad. But I like that the lead characters went on to be the lead characters in Shameless. That's
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, my God.
yeah, so that caused me a little bit of joy when I found that out. So
I don't like Shameless, but I've seen a couple episodes.
I
and
like-
Yeah, you're right.
like the first 4 seasons were pretty cool, and then it just got really bad. So there's that. Like most shows, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's like the Fast and the Furious movies. Like the first couple ones were
Bro.
great, and then they,
yeah. Pretty much after Tokyo Drift, it got crazy.
then it stopped turning into a car movie and turned into an action movie.
I'm waiting for the Transformers crossover, bro. It's definitely gonna happen.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
It's definitely both franchises are running out of ideas, and it's such an obvious one.
I raise you a worse movie that I may be the only person in this call that has seen it.
Okay, try me.
Freddy Got Fingered.
Okay.
Have you seen Freddy Got Fingered?
Yes. Okay. Objectively, that is a worse movie.
That is a worse movie than Death Note?
Yes.
Thank you.
That movie definitely caused me some level of trauma.
Danny, I'm gonna guess that you've never seen or heard of Freddy Got
Nope.
Fingered.
I would recommend keeping it that way.
Really?
Do you want
Give
a
me
plot
give me
synopsis?
Yeah, I was gonna say, give me a synopsis. Look one up.
Alright.
It's that bad?
It's horrible. Well, it's called
really bad.
Synopsis on IMDb. An unemployed cartoonist moves back in with his parents and younger brother Freddy. When his parents demand he leave, he begins to spread rumors that his father is sexually abusing Freddy.
Wow.
It is a comedy movie starring Tom Green, who, by the way, is a pretty funny guy. This movie's just not
Really
his best
funny
work.
guy.
He basically tried to make the most offensive and horrible movie he could.
It's pretty bad.
And it's very bad.
And
Like,
also, I want to be clear for the comments section. When I'm talking about bad movies, I'm not including movies that would be classified in the disturbing genre of movies. Like a Serbian film. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, that is a god-awful movie, but it's intended to be that way. So I'm not counting that, because it's technically achieving its goal.
Oh my god, this... I'm looking at images from the movie, and it just doesn't even look like...
Close your browser right now. You'll destroy your mind.
Yeah, bro, not a good film.
Okay, Danny. Palate cleanser. There's no way anything that you could say that is your worst movie of all time you've seen is going to be worse than Freddy Got Fingered. What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
Is this Hanging Meat?
Oh my god,
Yes!
Danny, close your browser.
Close your browser right now.
Oh my god.
I don't recommend watching the movie.
Is it... Okay, are we talking like bad, like just the movie's bad, or like bad like in... Oh my god,
Both.
this movie is horrible. Like,
Both.
like...
It's
Poorly
Sausage
written,
Party.
looks bad.
Yeah.
Like, bad
Sausage Party
editing.
bad.
It is both poorly written, poorly acted, and just
very crude.
horrible.
So it'd be like if Sausage Party was made by like...
The directors
High
of
schoolers.
Saw.
Okay, I want to see that out of morbid curiosity. From the
Can we
directors
watch
of
this at the
Saw.
next...
Sausage
watch
Party
it?
2.
Freddy
Jigsaw's
got
Return.
sausaged.
Okay, if you guys actually want to watch Freddy Got Fingered later, and then we can edit that into a video of our honest reactions,
Oh, that'd be a banger game night video.
that could be really funny to throw up on the channel. All I'm
Can we
saying.
do it?
I would do that. I would
After-
rewatch that for the sake
They
of...
shut down
content.
Rabbit though.
We'll figure it out after this recording. We'll get it
Yeah.
figured out. Okay, Danny, what's your worst movie of all time that you've seen?
I mean, I've seen like a couple of like old school horror movies with like super bad acting that I'm just like, this is terrible.
But to a degree, it's just because it's dated.
Yeah,
What is like
dated
a
and
modern
the genre.
movie that? Yeah,
And
what is
then
a
I've also
modern
seen-
movie you've seen that is like just so like the most worst thing you've seen, just bad acted, just looks bad, whatever, story doesn't make sense, something like that.
I'd say like
I have a-
post 2005.
Oof.
Post 1975. There's some shitty 80s and 90s movies that you could have saw as a kid that like just ruined your idea of movies.
I don't know. I don't feel like I watched enough movies to be like, that was horrible.
You can just say the Michael Bay
have-
Transformers movies if you really need an out.
I
Hey,
don't know,
bro.
to be fair, actually, you know what? The Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
Ooh,
Okay,
that's
you know
a good
what?
answer.
I've
I'm
got
not
some
gonna
anger
lie.
with that movie. I really like Ninja
Horrible.
Turtles as a kid. Fuck that
I
movie.
love.
I
Ninja
will say
Turtles.
I enjoyed that movie as a kid a lot.
Holy shit, dude! Like I enjoyed the first, I would say 3 Transformers.
I don't.
There's more than 3 of them?
There's 5.
I'm
dude.
pretty sure there's a new one coming out.
There's
pretty
5?
recently.
There's 5.
Okay, I know there was Bumblebee, who was directed by somebody else, and it actually looked kind of good.
Well,
I've heard that
6
Bumblebee's
including
good.
that one. There's
I've only seen the
Transformers.
first one.
Saved yourself a lot of pain, brother.
I should just keep a Google tab open.
I have a
for
lot of hot takes on
Transformers
movies, to be fair.
Movies.
I've seen 1 and 2 as a kid. Didn't like him that much. I didn't see what all the fuss is about. As an adult, I can appreciate the effects, but the story and the designs of all the Transformers are kind of dog shit.
Oh, wait. I want to change my answer.
Transformers came out in 2007. Then Transformers Revenge of the Fallen came out in 2009. Then Transformers Dark of the Moon came out in 2011.
They're pushing this shit out like fucking sports games.
Then Transformers Age of Extinction came out in 2014. Then Transformers The Last King came out in 2017. Bumblebee came out in 2018. And then Transformers 7 is due to come out 2021.
I knew
Transformers 7.
I knew there was another one coming out.
Once your like trilogy, like once your series hits like 7 films, you have to rebrand.
So
We're never gonna get a 7th Avengers movie. They're just gonna have it be a different team that's basically the Avengers, just so no one can say Avengers 7.
So, I'm changing my answer to the third Avatar movie.
The third Avatar movie,
Like the blue people. Because they've already shot most of the rest of the remaining 4 Avatar movies. And they're releasing them like I think it's 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024.
Yeah. Thanks.
And so technically it's a movie that exists, and so I'm going to say the third Avatar movie is going to be the worst movie of all time. Preemptively.
Wow, we're talking futuristic.
I think
That's a bold prediction, but honestly, I fuck with it.
We're speaking things into existence.
I think the second one is going to be like really good, and I hated the first one. But
yeah, I was a fan of the first one. I thought it was too overrated.
I have a dying hatred, or an undying hatred of Avatar.
I hated the Percy Jackson movies.
The one.
As someone who's really into
they had two of
filmmaking
them.
and VFX, I have to appreciate the first Avatar movie simply because its scope and the effects and how good they are and how that was like groundbreaking technology at the time. But as a film, it's fucking garbage.
Yeah, it was like the effects are astronomical. I can't take that away from the film. But that's the entire reason the film was created. They they literally just grabbed a script at random and were like, here's all of the budget.
You get people that really love that movie. Like, they put a whole section of a theme park dedicated to it.
There's people that say that Avengers Endgame
theme park to Star Wars too, but you know.
Hey.
That's a thermonuclear take there, but you may not want to say that on the podcast.
I told you guys I have hot movie takes. No, it's okay because Danny's a very, very, very die-hard Star Wars fan, so it even
same as me, yeah.
Bro, I understand the nostalgia and the lore behind it. It's the same as like liking an anime. Like nobody's gonna understand that's outside of that, and you know that's perfectly okay. But I am going to say something that is going to probably never be forgiven. But I think the Star Wars movies are objectively bad.
Some of them. I'm a diehard Star Wars fan, and I can tell you that some of the movies are kind of dog shit.
Some of them? Like which one, Tanner? Why don't you ask Alexa?
My Alexa isn't hooked up right now. I don't really like Episode 2. The Last Jedi is a steaming pile of dog shit, and most of Episode 1 is pretty meh. But the original trilogy of Star Wars is pretty solid, and I think that The Empire Strikes Back stands out as an actual really good film from those.
And I feel like for what it is, they tied it together pretty well with Episode 9, the whole trilogy.
Episode 9 tried its best. Episode 9 is what happens whenever you get into a really bad car accident and you take it into the auto body shop and the guy just sighs and he's like, I'll have it back to you in 2 weeks.
See, but that's just like a very nice way of saying that it sucked.
Like, I watched it, and as a Star Wars fan, I enjoyed it. But nobody who likes movies and doesn't like Star Wars would have anything of value to derive from Rise of Skywalker.
Exactly. Like, I walked out of there, I was like, I was content with it, but I was like, that wasn't the best Star Wars movie.
That was a fun fan service fest for
I was like
2 hours.
That was for the fans. That tied the whole trilogy together. That was great, but I was like, that was not the best Star Wars movie.
I've never watched an entire Star Wars movie. I've seen pieces, but not for me.
It was also coming out of an already colossal car crash called The Last Jedi. and they already had to staple the car back together before throwing it back into the fucking superhighway for Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
So it had a lot of shit to try and clean up. So yeah, I will say some of Star Wars is overrated, and like that's just a weird thing about movies nowadays. Is that there's just a movie that's just objectively horrible, but people just have so much like fandom bias that they're willing to defend it with their fucking life. Like I'll never understand the love for the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I understand the first one a little bit because it's an
really
okay
like
telling of the origin. The first one I find
I
is
like
an
the
okay
first
telling of the origin story. I don't like the suit in it. But I think that the casting is pretty alright. There's just some character stuff that I don't
Andrew
like
Garfield,
the most.
He loved.
Oh yeah, Andrew Garfield would like
He
was not a bad Peter Parker.
No, he wasn't. But he was like.
I honestly
emotionally like
invested.
When
he
found out he wasn't able to like.
No, I like
play it anymore.
100%. I think I hate when people say he wasn't a good Peter Parker because he was. He 100%, I think, was a very good fit for Peter Parker. It's just, he was a better fit for Peter Parker later on in his life. But you have to go through the origin to get to that point.
I would agree with you that he definitely makes a better, older Peter Parker.
But you have to go through the origin to get there. And it's unfortunately he was cursed with the Sony curse. Like, ever since the Spider-Man trilogy, Sony has not made a good superhero movie.
Bro, Bloodshot just came out with Vin Diesel.
I literally want you to suck my dick.
But I don't understand all of the love and like the defense of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 that I see on Twitter, because I follow a lot of like people that like Spider-Man because he's my favorite superhero. But there's a lot of people that will just defend that movie with like all of that they've got just because they, really just because they really like the first one, I guess. And I'm like, sorry, but you've got to admit sometimes that a sequel to your movie is horrible and is the reason why the franchise never continued. Yeah, like I understand why people like the Amazing Spider-Man 1. I have my personal things that I don't like with it, but I see why people would like it. Objectively, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 is a dog shit movie. It's horrible. The suit looks amazing. The cinematography's pretty alright. Story makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah,
no goddamn sense.
They stopped because the Amazing Spider-Man 1, they did a really, really, really good job at sticking to the comic iteration of what Spider-Man was supposed to be in the Amazing Spider-Man. Like it was pretty nitty gritty, but in the second movie, they threw everything about that to the wayside and just kind of like did this mishmash of stories that made absolutely no sense. The storyboard itself had no coherency, and it wasn't a good movie at all.
It's like the same problem that Spider-Man 3 had, that they threw too much in it. They did the same thing with the Amazing Spider-Man 2 because that movie was supposed to subtly set up Venom. Go back to the fucking Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailers, and they had like the pod with the symbiote in it.
Yeah, it wasn't even that subtle, to be honest.
Yeah, I know, but I guess supposedly there's still a shot in the movie where in the background you can see like a window breaking and like a black thing flying out of it, and it's supposed to be Venom escaping the lab.
Yeah,
I've
seen that on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter the other day, that someone was pointing that out. So it's like, they were really going out of their way trying to set this up, and they really like put all the cards on the table for one movie where they had the fucking...
Because I want to see that.
They had the Rhino. They had... Because Paul Giamatti in a mech suit. He was the Rhino.
Because they were also trying to set up the Sinister Six movie.
Yeah.
They were
trying to set up
too
Venom.
Much. Yeah, it was like they were doing too much in one movie.
And they forced the Green Goblin in, and they killed Norman Osborn and just made Harry the Green Goblin. It was
I
Electro.
feel like that's the same thing. That's what happened with the Justice League movie, was that they didn't have any of the origin stories for the other heroes, and they just kind of threw them in the movie.
The problem with the Justice League movie is that DC can't make a fucking superhero movie to save their lives anymore. And I'm really hoping that the new Batman's good.
I'm hoping that too. The thing about Justice League as well is it's very troubled production. I mean, you guys have probably seen the fucking Snyder Cut cultists on Twitter that have said, Zack Snyder was robbed and we'll never see his true vision of the movie, which they're probably right, and I do agree to an extent.
Yeah,
but it's
hate
like
dick riding.
A lot of that is just dick writing. I think Zack Snyder is he's a pretty good director. I mean, I really like the Watchmen movie. He can create movies in his own visual style that can look very good. I like 300. I like The Watchmen. Dude has some pretty good work. But it's just the gritty tone to superheroes that he gives, where everyone just kind of feels like the darkest elements of themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how he made a gritty, dark...
Everybody's super brooding.
And he made a gritty, dark Superman movie, but it didn't end with Superman becoming, like, lighthearted, like,
he should be.
Like he should be. Like, if he had, like, a dark childhood or whatever, and then it ended up with him, becoming the Man of Steel that, he is in the comics and everything, where he's all cheery, and, truth, justice, and the American way, all that shit. If that's how Man of Steel would have ended, and that character arc would have continued in the Justice League, that would have been, pretty great. But it's like he just stays like so dark, and then like his next appearance is he's trying to kill Batman. It's like, oh my god, is this... Did you guys accidentally make an Injustice movie?
An Injustice movie? I
mean, basically, because you got your fucking angry Superman who breaks people's necks and looks like he has no qualms about killing people and destroying cities. You've got your fucking armored up mech suit Batman trying to beat the shit out of Superman, and then Wonder Woman has to come in and try to settle their little difference while they fight fucking Doomsday. It's basically an Injustice comic.
Yeah. I think superhero movies just try to do a lot.
Like, I get it to a degree, because when you've got, like, fucking 80 years worth of source material to work with, but it's like, you pick and choose what you want to use, and considering these movies have become so franchised to this point, you've got plenty of room to fucking throw in villains, which is why I hate whenever they, like, waste a really big villain in one movie, and they can't find a way to write out that villain, like, where it's just contained, and they just have to kill everyone. That's one big complaint I have with the Marvel movies, is that every good villain dies.
Yeah, but we've learned very much so that death is not permanent in the Marvel movies. They could fucking... Scarlett Johansson could need a check tomorrow.
I've already seen theories that it wasn't actually Nat that died in Endgame, and people are saying that they're going to do the thing that they did in the comics, where Yelena and Nat switch faces.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be that was actually Yelena Belova with Scarlett Johansson's face that died in Endgame, and that the real Nat's out there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't.
And if
put
that's
it
what they
past
do,
Marvel,
it'll be
bro.
so retarded.
Don't put it past Marvel at all.
Yeah.
They know how to make money.
They know how to make money. Yeah.
But I do think so. I think the superhero phase is going to that was like the last big media trend. What do you think the next big media trend's gonna be?
So like after superhero movies, like
I'd say
end?
I'd say superhero movies are dying. Like, there will always be a fan base for them, like every genre of movie, but I think they're going to fall out of the mainstream, like the general public goes to see them.
Well, the problem is, I think that we're kind of running out of things that it could be. Disaster movies were a big thing for a while.
Well,
Sci-fi was a big...
That's the thing. It can always cycle back to something else, because superhero movies were a big thing a while ago. Like, during the time where, like, we had, like, the Batman movies coming out, the Spider-Man movies coming out. We had fucking Catwoman and all of those shits coming out. Like, it cycled back to superheroes. And so, like, I feel like it'll cycle into something it's probably already been in.
My theory is that chances are it's going to be a lot of, like, sort of darker dramas. Like, I've got a feeling I feel like a lot of movie studios are going to try to rip off the Joker formula.
I can see that. Anti-heroes.
Yeah, like anti-hero really focuses on the affliction of man, sort of like, you know, the darkness that resides in all of us, and sort of go for like a mental thriller kind of thing. I'm seeing some like uprising anti-hero movies.
Fucking what are some other good anti-hero movies? Fucking Spawn.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they are making a new Spawn movie, and I really hope it's good.
I have a gut feeling it's not going to be good.
I have a gut feeling it's not going to be good too, but like I'm hopeful.
It's like the new Blade movies. Like, I really want them to be good. I just know. I know they're not going to be.
You know, we'll have to see. But I'm feeling like even Marvel themselves are gonna have to rip off Joker just because it was such a colossal success. I'm gonna say,
what Marvel anti-hero do you think we'd get a movie for?
I don't even think it'll be an anti-hero. I think it'll be a morally ambiguous villain. Like, and I think it'll be a villain with
probably a sexually ambiguous villain too. Based on how Marvel's go.
I'm thinking maybe a sexy villain, like a sexy male villain with a defendable level of villainy. I'm thinking maybe a Doctor Doom. You think they might just do a...
Do you think I could audition for Vincent Von Doom?
I mean...
A young Vincent Von Doom. An origin story Vincent Von Doom.
An origin story?
I know I couldn't be
an origin story.
I know I couldn't be the main actor for him, but do you think I could?
But
do
like
an
flashback
origin
him
story, yeah, or
like a college age version of him. Yeah, I could fuck with it. I'm thinking that they're probably going to do a movie about Doctor Doom to set him up for a Fantastic Four crossover, and it's just going to be called like Doom. Like, it's going to be like how the Joker movie dropped the and just called it Joker. I think they're just going to call it like Marvel Studios Doom or something like that, and they're going to do
Doom Eternal.
But I'm thinking that they're probably going to do something like that, and other studios are probably going to do a similar thing, kind of ripping off the whole Joker shtick. But I'm thinking that it's going to be a lot of more, like, sort of mental thrillers. I'm thinking that that's probably the next big trend, is, like, anti-hero / morally defensible main character is probably evil movies, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The line between...
good and evil.
Yeah. Motivated evil, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna go into some dangerous territory.
I
can already tell where that's going.
I mean, we're gonna get a bunch of shitty movies out of it, probably out of people trying to rip off Joker. But
yeah. But hey, we'll see.
If it fits,
that's what I project to be the realistic trend. But if I had to pick,
we know that we're gonna have Friday the 13th, 47, and Nightmare on Elm Street 65 to fall back on in the meantime.
That's what I was gonna say. If there was a trend that I had to bring back as like the next trend for movies, it would be villain horror movies, as in horror movies that have a defined villain and not just fucking ghosts or an evil doll or whatever. I want cartoonish evil villains like Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees again.
Like slashers.
Yeah, give me like fucking slasher horror movies again with more iconic villains.
There's a new Michael Myers movie coming out, correct?
Yeah, I think they're making another Halloween 2.
3 or 4 more.
Well, I mean, like, coming out soon.
Yeah, the second one.
Okay, the Halloween movies always fuck me up, because, like, I always kind of liked the original. I'm not the biggest fan of the Rob Zombie reboot.
Yeah.
Not the biggest fan. But think about how fucking confusing it is to watch those goddamn movies. Okay, so there was the original Halloween, right? Mm-hmm. And then there was the reboot Halloween. And then the reboot Halloween got a sequel called Halloween 2. Well, so did the original. Well, then they made a new movie that is a soft reboot that retcons the second movie in the timeline. And it's just called Halloween. And now they're going to make a sequel to that called Halloween 2.
Yeah, there's a...
Correct.
That's the same thing that happened with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, is that there's a... What is it? Like 8 or 9 movies total.
And then there's the original timeline, and then there's the reboot ones that also got sequels.
There's the original timeline, which is like 1, 2, 3, 4. and then there's like this one called the Texas like Chainsaw Massacre, like something, and then there's a movie that came out after that. It's supposed to be a prequel to the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is supposed to be a prequel to the new version that came out. If that makes any sense.
Is the
It's just a big fucking
Chainsaw
mess.
Massacre
Yeah.
the same person as Leatherface?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just clarifying.
Yeah. Yeah. So like they did 1, 2, 3, 4. They ended the series for a while. They released a new movie that was supposed to be a direct sequel to the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then the movie that they made after that was supposed to be a prequel to the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then they made 2 more that was supposed to be completely separate.
See,
Like
if there was a
reboots.
trend that I would want to bring back, it would definitely be slasher horror movies. Just because
Slasher
horror movies
horror
horror movies nowadays suck.
Well, I thought that's what they were going to do with the Chucky, but it
So-
was completely...
Oh yeah,
they
Child's Play was garbage. I saw that in
Yeah,
theaters.
they went a
They just turned
completely
Chucky into
different
Ultron.
route. Yeah, essentially. Like I thought this was gonna be. This is gonna be like an original like horror slasher. Like
I want to see a doll running
Possessed
around killing
killer.
people,
Yeah,
but it was
running
only
around.
like
No, it
half
was-
of that.
yeah, it
Otherwise, he
was-
was controlling drones and cars and shit. And I'm like, God, this is
Holy
just Watch
shit.
Dogs.
a bad
That sounds
chip.
sick, bro.
Okay, it would be a sick movie
Dude,
if it
I'm
wasn't
kidding.
Chucky.
That doesn't sound sick. It was complete sarcasm.
Okay, I'm saying that I would like that movie a little bit more if it wasn't Chucky.
Yeah,
Like, if it wasn't called Child's Play, and it was just, like, a general horror movie about, like, smart home devices, just have, like, a rip-off Alexa or something in there, like the Maria or something like that, right?
That Disney
What if-
movie, Smart House?
Oh my god, a horror movie version of Smart House?
That movie was a horror movie. What the
Would you
fuck are you
feel-
talking
okay, look,
about?
Okay, I mean, it was and it wasn't.
Tanner. Here's my question:
Movie
Would you
terrified me.
feel any different about this Child's Play movie? This new Child's Play movie. Essentially, it's the same exact movie. It's just not titled Child's Play. It's titled Buddy.
If the doll didn't look like Chucky, I would be...
Well, it still looked like Chucky. Like it's still like it's still related. It's still related to the original like Good Guys dolls, but it's like modern day. It's called Buddy. Like the movie itself's called Buddy.
I don't
And
think the
it's-
movie could be that close and cause me to like it. I think it would have to be, like, same script dialogue-wise, like, action scene-wise.
Called
just
Drone Murder Party.
But
Basically,
not,
just
yeah, but
tag-
it'll be
just
called
tag
Buddy,
out-
and like it won't be related to Chucky at all.
But
Like, the
I
doll
will
wouldn't
say
be
that
named
Buddy
Chucky.
sounds like it's in the Chucky universe.
Yeah, it's like, it would look and seem too similar to Chucky, so it would still put a bad taste in my mouth. But if it was like a completely unrelated new doll, God forbid Hollywood make something new for once.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what they like intended to do. Like it's a new doll, but like still related to
completely new, different looking doll, but also in the same
modern
universe as the
day-
original Child's Play movies.
yeah,
that would
like
be fine.
like same universe, like Good Guys
So,
company
wait,
revamped
wait,
as
wait.
Buddy.
Was
And
this? I have a question.
This same shit happens.
Was it? So I didn't see the new Child's Play movie. How'd they like?
Aubrey Plaza's in it.
Yeah, but it seems like a bad movie.
Oh, I don't care. She's
how
still
did-
in it.
Okay, I can just go look at pictures of her. Like, why would I watch a shit movie to see her? How did they do like the like possession?
Oh, they did the possession as in it wasn't possessed. It was a guy in like a shitty little sweatshop making this doll, and his like boss yells at him for falling asleep, and he's like, "You're fired after you finish making that doll." So the guy takes out like the regulation in the doll's programming, so it can like it's allowed to hurt people. Like it takes out its like safeguards, so then it can hurt people. It's not a possessed doll at all.
It is
a rogue AI.
Killer AI.
Yes.
Yeah. That
Which is
doesn't-
why I'm saying it would work better as something that
That's
not a
such
doll.
Dumb premise, bro.
it's
Like,
it's
it would work better if it was like someone's fucking
A military defense AI.
basically
a military
he
defense
took-
AI, a rogue Alexa, something like
he
that.
took all of the doll's like morals out. Like
Okay,
the
but, like,
doll, like
What's a rogue Alexa gonna do? Like, spend a bunch of money on my credit card?
I'm saying that like Chucky goes through in the movie and ends up connecting to more devices and getting
what it was
getting
is
stronger.
It's essentially all the same device by the same company is what he's connecting to.
Yeah. It's
So
like how
it's
your
like-
fucking phone is able to
'cause you-
Bluetooth
you
to
know how you
fucking
have-
Shit, he could delete my Twitch.
Pretty much. Like you know how like your Echo, like if you have like an Echo Dot, like or like an Amazon like Echo,
Yeah.
Echo. But you also have like the smart plugs that like connect directly to.
Yeah, like lights.
So like it would be that like so like the Buddy toy is the Alexa, and then it connects to all of the.
I get the premise. I
yeah.
understand. I just think it's a dog shit. Like it's a bad movie.
I love how we had prep for the show, but we ended up talking about movies the entire
I feel
time.
like that's how podcasts are always gonna go.
That's how they
though.
go. Yeah, we literally can just sit
The
here
prep
and talk
is
about...
just in case. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. I mean, I've enjoyed it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just
Yeah,
you know.
give us your thoughts. How do you feel like this first
Oh,
podcast?
wait.
What?
Before we do that, something I want to make like a trend of is Tanner.
yeah.
So you're at a food court with every fast food place in the entire United
Ooh.
States, and you're given a card that lets you access to all of these places. You can get whatever you want, no
Build your
cost. I'm
perfect
asking
meal.
you this question like you didn't edit the podcast, but yeah, build
Yeah, I
your
got you.
ideal fast food meal.
Okay. Double cheeseburger from Steak and Shake. I really like Steak and Shake's burgers.
Just everything on it, plain. How you taking it?
I'd usually eat my burgers plain. I know that's weird. A lot
No
of people
I
ketchup
do
or
too.
anything. Yeah,
No ketchup or
Danny
anything.
smothers it in ketchup.
Sometimes I'll
yeah.
eat ketchup, but usually
No
people
sauce.
say no.
Nothing. Okay, plain ass burger.
Plain ass double and
Double
cheese
cheese.
Steak and Shake.
No
There-
bacon.
Yo, I'd fuck with some bacon on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, did you ask Jet this question too?
No, I didn't.
Okay, we got
Next time he's on a pod episode. Ask
But
him.
that was like a special edition episode.
Yeah.
Trying to think of like where the best fries are.
And keep in mind, you can get as many things from as many places as you want.
All right, I'll have some Baja Blast from Taco Bell.
Solid.
Obviously, I'll be drinking Rogue Energy too.
Of course.
But yeah, the Baja Blast, some fries from Wendy's, like some nuggets from McDonald's. Really like. Oh wait, no. Flip that. McDonald's fries, Wendy's nuggets.
Okay, regular or spicy Wendy's nuggets?
I usually eat regular.
Okay.
Spicy's alright.
Okay. What do you dip in those nuggets in? Are you just not a sauce guy overall?
I'm just not really a sauce guy, no.
Let's see. As a huge sauce guy, that's crazy.
It's just I've just never been the biggest fan. A lot of condiments just kind of skeeve me out.
Fair enough.
Like, there's just some condiments I find utterly fucking disgusting.
I feel like condiments take away from like
The flavor.
the flavor, like what you're eating. I don't know, it's
Mustard
just-
and mayonnaise
feel
make
like
me want to
that's-
throw up.
I feel like that's the case when you're talking like a steak, but that's a whole discussion for another time. Continue on, Tanner.
And a
Do you have,
fucking
like a milkshake or anything from anywhere?
a milkshake. Oh god. Sorry, you really put me on the spot with this. I was not. Now I feel a lot of pressure because you guys are like waiting on me to answer.
No, you're all good. I'm just making some delicious cherry limeade Rogue Energy. And while you think, I'd just like to remind everybody that, as always, today's podcast is sponsored by Rogue Energy. You can use code GEEK or code GR8 Gaming at checkout to save 10%. Also, currently, never mind. They won't be running that sale when this podcast comes out, I don't think. But
Definitely not. No.
never mind. But
But you know
we'd
what
like
won't
to thank
expire? These
our
codes.
But we'd like to thank you, as always, Rogue, for powering the podcast. And remember to
Ooh.
fuel your gaming with
Powering
Rogue
the
energy.
podcast.
That alliteration. Anyways, Tanner, what the fuck's up?
Final thing I'd get a milkshake from a local fast food joint near my house. Not gonna say where it is, because if I say the name, it'll be easily findable.
Yeah.
But they've got some banging fucking milkshakes. That's where I get one from.
Milkshake?
Probably a hot fudge.
Ooh.
They've got a hot fudge milkshake that is so fucking banging.
I don't know if I've ever had a hot fudge milkshake.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
That's pretty fucking
Like the
solid.
thoughts.
Pretty fucking solid.
And we are rounding on the dot, actually.
Yeah.
That is just
I'm
about
actually
an hour.
I'm very impressed. But
Yeah, this episode like fucking flew by.
yeah,
That's how it goes, bro.
That's how it goes.
You get on the
man.
tangents and you just fucking fly. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything you guys wanted to bring up or anything like that?
I don't have any big plans
Huh?
coming up. I don't have any big plans coming up, channel wise, content wise.
I will be uploading as
Jesus Christ.
At the time of this, obviously the Game Night channel will be up. So maybe if I find shit to post, I'll post it.
Yeah, and we're gonna try. I want to try to get some, group content going. Besides the podcast that we can put up, I have some ideas. I think Reddit videos would be some easy bangers that a couple of us
Easy.
can get into a call, read out some Reddit posts, and
That could be fun, yeah.
Yeah, I got
bang
some
out
ideas
some
we
videos.
can do too. So we can hit them up. Some
That
fun
way,
things to do.
you guys are getting plenty of content. I'd like to post on this channel as often as possible. Really pour out the group content for you guys, because I know that's what you and the YouTube algorithm love. So
I was
I wanna-
thinking as well, I mean, not to, for spoilers maybe, but throw together some of the Twitch highlight reels. Find some of our Twitch clips,
yeah, no, definitely.
throw them together. We already had that one that we edited before. I'm thinking that we upload that and then
Do some
make some more. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm always down for that. That's never a bad idea. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and leave you guys with that.
Actually, I'm going to
obviously-
leave them with one more word of advice. Crouching is proven to increase your accuracy by 100%.
That's true.
that. It is.
There you go.
With that, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. We'd like to thank you guys, as always, for tuning in to the podcast and coming to the channel. If you enjoyed, please remember to leave a like. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. And always check out the links below for everybody who is in this episode's socials, as well as all the codes for Rogue Energy. And with all of that being said, have a great day, you guys. Go out, do something you love. And, we love you. So,
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.